side of the vehicle, that's what we're talking about here. So what can we do here? Take a look at this image. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the class. I want you to burn this image into your head. Take a look. Side of the vehicle, no good escape routes to the left or the right. We have tons of things happening. We have tons of different factors that can get us. But what's the one thing that can really get us? It's going to be this guy right here. So side of the vehicle. What do we do? Where's our escape path, class? What do? We can't accelerate too fast because we're on a little low CC bike. It kind of sounds like it anyways. We can't swerve to the left. We can't swerve to the right. We can brake, progressive brake pressure. Go into that red stage maneuver of action time. You're on high alert and you're actively engaged in an emergency response. Okay, look at the walls. You guys can cheat. You know, I ask you, you guys can cheat, you know? So progressive brake pressure. What do you think you can do at 30 miles an hour? Do you know? Have you tested it? Have you tried it? Go to a parking lot with a nice long runoff. Have 2 cones set up. Hit 30 before you get to that. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then measure how far you went. It's as simple as that. Okay? So you did some braking. Was able to brake in time. And this is a dual sport bike, everybody. Okay? Probably knobbies. So he stopped really damn good. Now, what happens if he was going 50? Do you think he would have been inside of the vehicle? Inside the side of the vehicle? Probably. So thankfully, he was probably doing the speed limit. Speed limit was maybe 25. Let's say it was 30 and he did exactly 30. Good job, man. That right there is important. You need to be going the speed limit or lowering your speed for the environment. Don't go crazy fast. Please don't. That's going to get you in trouble. Not just from the law, but when you get into the side of the vehicle. Now let's remove the rest of this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's ridiculous. All right, riding big group ride. Oh, as soon as you see that dust, somebody crashed. Get your trauma kit out. Get ready. You got trauma training, all right, guys? Double check him. Okay, everyone's walking and moving. Non-issue at that point. Looks like there might have been a fire. Okay. We do have a monthly gear giveaway, though, if you guys want to join the monthly gear giveaway. Patreon.com/DanandTheFireman. $800 worth of RevZilla gift cards. And I'm saying all this because, look, nobody's wearing gear. Other than helmets so they can put a GoPro on it. Anybody like riding these rides? Like these group rides? Let me see in the comments if you like riding group rides like this. I'm just concerned. What's that guy doing? We'll see that soon. Look at no gear. Come on, guys. All right, so just take a look at this image. This is the group ride, basically etiquette of a stunt ride. This is why I don't do it. I don't like the fact that everybody is so close, disorganized. Chaos means I can't predict anything. It's chaotic. When there's rules in place, I know what somebody's going to do because they're following the rules. I don't like it when it's chaotic. That means safety is just thrown out the window because I don't know when these people are going to swerve. I don't know when they're going to stop. I don't know when they're going to do a stunt. I have to be paying attention to every single thing because every single person is a potential hazard now instead of staying staggered and doing what they're supposed to be doing. So if you think about that, that's what car drivers feel. And we don't want car drivers feeling like that about motorcyclists. Not all of them anyways. So right here though, you know, this is their culture. This is what they do. It's up to them, their responsibility if they get hurt. But I don't like this. I want you to burn this in your image or into your mind, this image into your mind. If you're riding in a group ride and you start seeing some hooligan stuff and you don't feel comfortable, just take off. It's not a big deal. We don't do that here though on the crew. All right, so right there, you see the big dirt. Okay, it could be smoke, it could be steam, it could be whatever. But right there, as soon as you see that, that is that uncommon thing in a common situation. You got to be very careful. Hopefully you have a trauma kit. Maybe you can rescue another rider, or that's a good opportunity to take off. I don't know. But this person's telling everybody to stop with his hand up and everything. All right, so we're going to get further here. Now, everybody wants to race to it. This person over on the far right was gunning towards it. This person just dumped their bike. Look, it almost fell, almost ate it. It's almost like people knew that there's things that were going to catch fire. Like, is this a common thing that happens at a stunt group ride? Somebody let me know. Let me know. But take a look at this whole group. Nobody is doing anything when it comes to, a structure, a rule set. And that's perfectly fine if you guys want to do it. That's perfectly fine. I'm just going to let you know there's a lot of risks associated with it. Lots of risks. That's why you hear about a lot of stunt riders crashing, a lot of people in these types of group rides crashing, and then there's tons of egos, and then all of a sudden car drivers are getting pissed, and then you have this mob mentality of wanting to beat the shit out of a car driver, and then you have people getting run over because that car driver was fear for their life. Guys, this is the big problem that I see. It's a lot of risks associated with it, and I don't want you guys doing that. I mean, okay, I don't want myself doing that, and I have full control of myself. I don't have control of you, but just realize you have a possibility of getting very seriously hurt in one of these group rides.
Yeah. Well, classes are on Thursdays, right? Today's Wednesday. No? Sorry, it sounds a little bit loud, I think. Let's go and turn that down. Whew. I guess welcome to the firehouse. This is my room. I was not expecting. I thought today was Wednesday. Looks like we're gonna have to get to it. So yeah, crew members, go ahead and make your way to the crew lounge. And I guess I'll go ahead and start making my way over there. Please stall for me, crew members. Please. All right, let's go ahead and go to the crew lounge real quick. There we go. Now I got some audio. What is up, everybody? Let me know if it's a little too loud. It looks like it's a little too loud right now. Ooh, breaking the fourth wall. Anyways, Nikki made some food for us. I'm glad we actually got some stuff prepped. I wasn't really prepped for today. We got ourselves some BBQ. That's a barbecue, but shortened. Anyways, we're going to be talking about some motorcycle crashes and close calls today. Grab yourself some food. Take it to the classroom. We're going to have a good day today. A little surprise for tomorrow. I'm going to hold another class. I'm going to have another class tomorrow. I will be doing some things next week and the week after. I can't explain it too much. I'm kind of NDA'd, and I can't be sharing. Anyways, let's go over some of these crashes and close calls that we got from Moto Madness. This is going to be good, but make sure you hit that like button so you sign in to today's class so you get credit for it, all right? We got 98 people signed in, 101 people signed in. Woo, starting to happen. Let's see if we can get 250. Let's go to the class and hang out for a little bit. How's everybody doing? There we go. Woo. Looks like some of you guys brought some food in here. I'm going to put this on the podium real quick. I got to have my headset while I'm going. Let me know if the audio sounds okay for that headset. The rookies have been chewing on it lately. I just want to make sure it sounded good. This mic is a little too low. Let me go ahead and turn it up just a little bit. How about that? How about now? How's the mic sound? How's the mic sound? The video feed is super low quality for you. That's very interesting. I'll go ahead and take a look. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Let's take a look at the quality. Let's take a look at the quality. Look at the quality. How does it look? Are we doing this again? I think I look pretty good.
That's great when you're drunk then, because you get to see me all over the place, Nikki. So let me know, does the audio sound good? Before we get into class and actually start the process, let me know if the audio sounds good. Let me know if the video looks good for you. We got 125 people signed in. You can see the sign-in sheet barely with all the food there. Rookies, I know we've been doing pretty good about not having flies in here, but I want at least 3 rookies just to constantly be doing this. Just constantly just waving around. All right, keep any bugs. I doubt we have any. We spend about $5,000 a month on pest control because we live in the weirdest place. You guys should see, right? We live next to the we live next to here.
So we live over here, so you got to get rid of all the bugs.
Make sure you hit that sign in button. Woo! How's your guys' audio? Or audio, but the video and everything. Anissa encouraged you to get a bike. Got your Ninja 400 a few days ago. Learning from me. Awesome. Woo! Learning from me. Now, there's multiple people to learn from, and that's one of those things I want everybody to understand is that I'm just one resource, and you're going to get a style of riding and everything from me, but then you're also going to get a pretty good style from other people. So like Jerry Palladino is an amazing instructor. He's been doing it for a lot longer than me. Great stuff. Teaches really good stuff. MC Rider's another one. I just like to teach from, I don't know, the perspective of a medical and risk management. I mean, that's the whole point of having Smart Rider principles. I want to make sure we're focused on situational awareness, just the fundamental skills. We don't need anything crazy. A lot of people like to go past the fundamental skills. I want to make sure you guys are getting gear, rescuing another rider, so that's something that's different. That's something that I come from my perspective and my background. And teaching and mentoring, nobody ever really talks about that. It's a very huge aspect. You know, if you can teach, let's say, just friction zone to a friend, that means you had to know what friction zone was. And that means you needed to figure out how to even explain it to somebody, because how you learn it could be difficult for somebody else to learn it that same way. So having to learn 2 different ways, 3 different ways, 4 different ways, that's 4 different tools in your toolbox for the same thing. So it's really cool. It's really cool. So thank you for being here. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Glad you're enjoying this class. We do have Motorcycle Training Concepts, by the way. We're almost at 11,000 subscribers. Mutrizable. You don't have to clean the bathrooms, but you get to hang out in the crew lounge. Since you are a crew member, you're not a rookie. I mean, these rookies, I swear. But guys, if you want to know, we do have a syllabus up here. This is today's syllabus we're going to be going over today. We have the live stream link right here. This is what we're actually watching. We got a Moto Madness video that we're going to be going over. And then also we have a backup video from Moto Stars. Now, this right here is available to all patrons that, well, basically are patrons. But it's going to be available either a day before or the day of. And you get to have timestamps of all the original videos. So if you ever want to check out the timestamps, you don't want to go to these videos and watch them and then go through everything, patrons get this. And you also get my first ebook for free. You get entered into the gear giveaway. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We're going to be doing a lot of cool things, but this is right here what we're going to be going over. And these are the things I want you guys to really focus on. What's the main factor of the crash? Because part of teaching and mentoring, if there was a crash, what gear could have mitigated the injury? You know, was it the helmet that maybe solved some of this stuff? Was ego a contributing factor? We see some road rage stuff. And then what was a good thing the rider did? So a lot of people are speeding and doing all that stuff. Let's remove that from the equation. Did they do a good swerve? Did they do good progressive brake pressure? Did they have good lane positioning? Scarlett, let me know what you think. Oh, Scarlett. You're only like a few days older than me. I do want to get the FTR 1200S, the new 2022s. Woo! I'm excited about that. So excited about that. You're glad to join. Already completed your gear set after seeing your vids and practicing parking lot exercises once a week. Woo, baby! Keep practicing. You know, you can take probably a couple weeks off here and there, but Here's the cool thing is that when you're out riding around, do your slow straight line up into the to the stoplight. You know, don't take your time, or don't rush. There you go. Don't rush to the stoplight. You see it's red. Just do a nice slow straight line all the way up to the stoplight. You're practicing. You're practicing. It's pretty cool. Can I start an hour earlier for Euro Bros? Tomorrow, here's the thing. Tomorrow, I'm having another class. And just for you, I'm going to start it at 2 p.m. How about that? It's 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Tomorrow's class will be 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I think I said that right. So let me go ahead and change it. I'll change it right now. Just for you. On Friday. And like I said, the only reason why I'm doing it Friday is because I'm making up for next Tuesday's class. I won't be able to do next Tuesday's class. How about that? Yeah. Pan America is out. I would love to test ride that thing. That thing looks interesting. Got a question for me? While we're doing some questions and answers, go ahead and grab yourself some food. I'm not going to eat any food because I'm going to get it all on my beard right now. I look too good. That's not why, but anyways, I'm going to answer some questions. Make sure you guys sign in by clicking that like button. Sign in. If you guys join up on Patreon, by the way, or become members, it pops up on screen. It looks really cool, and you get a shout out. So I've got a question for you from RadFun. Did you do a study to become an instructor, or are you self-taught? I'm currently busy with study to become a car motorcycle instructor in the EU. So I became an MSF rider coach January 2019, and I had to take a 9-day class. So I went up to Phoenix and stayed at my grandparents' house for 9 days, and we took a huge class. It was all about adult learning principles. We taught a class at the end of it to new people, so it was really cool to have that many instructors basically helping each other out and learning things. But a lot of the stuff that I've learned, especially like standing up here in front of all of you, beautiful people, it's just been practice. This is Riding Smart 45 that we are on right now, which is crazy, by the way, everybody. We're almost on Riding Smart 50, but I've been doing these after action live stream reviews. I think it was April 2019. April 2019 is when I first started doing them, and they were very terrible. So lots and lots of practice. I've taught classes in person. I'm teaching classes here, and we're going to have a new e-course coming up before my birthday, which is in July. So we got some cool stuff coming. Just keep practicing. And here's the thing. You do a study to become an instructor, but then also consistently do self-study. Personal growth will help you out when it comes to wanting to teach and mentor others. Super excited because I finally got my FZ07 down to Phoenix. Ooh, meat shield, baby. Woo! Catherine, how you doing? I find you're a smart rider. Guys, we're going to get started once we hit 250 likes. Okay, right now we're just kind of getting everyone checked in. Once we hit 200, I'll go ahead and do this screen, and then we'll get closer and closer and closer. If you guys are just coming in, hit that like button. If you have to take off, thank you. You get credit anyways. Catherine, so I find your smart rider principles and wearing full protective gear has given me the confidence to ride and practice every day. I've ridden 3,500 kilometers since January. I ride a Kawasaki Z400. That's amazing. And everybody, if you don't know what the smart rider principles are, seek out and recognize hazardous situations, maintain your fundamental skills, acquire and utilize personal protective equipment, rescue another rider with medical training, and then teach and mentor other riders. The main thing here is those first three. I really want you guys to understand those first three. S.M.A.R.T. Seek out and recognize hazardous situations. That's what we're going to be doing here. Terrible risk management, but, you know, that's them. Maintain your fundamental skills. Hey, there's a lot of skill involved in that, okay? Wearing gear. So just in case you crash, look at all we have is a helmet. So those are the biggest things. 99 lives! Woo! I just saw your video go up. That grandma getting a little crazy, that angry Karen. 99 lives. Go ahead and take a seat right here. Not right here, but right over there. You know, that's right up front. Yeah, right up front. Take a seat. 99 Lives makes some amazing videos. Love your editing, man. Your riding instructor from Tucson passed away, Kylo? No. Probably had a huge impact on you. That's it's sad to see. Sad to hear, man. Sorry about that. Getting your ride out of storage a week from Friday your session have been most helpful in keeping solid, good riding techniques in mind during the off season here in the Northeast. Neil, that's one of the cool things is that you watch this stuff and you're like, oh, okay, I'm getting my mind back into the mode of safety and riding. Let's get back into that. Get back. And that's what I want. I want everybody to kind of have that mode and that mindset
of doing that. It's very, very, very important. Australia in the house, Bowser? Is the princess in your castle? Oh no, you failed your DMV test today. I'd still rather pay the $8 retest fee instead of $350. You know, so you could save your money and get a helmet and get some good gear. But the main thing, the MSF course, and here's the thing, just because we have this class right here does not replace in-person training. It really does not. That's why this is free. This type of stuff is free because I'm not going to charge people to attend this because I want you to have both. I want you to have your in-person training and then this free live class. All right. But yeah, if you would rather just do the $8 thing, more power to you. Get yourself a good helmet, get yourself some good gear, you know, with that money you saved. But yeah, in-person classes, you can't beat that. You really can't beat that. Having an instructor like say, hey, your hand should be like this and actually touch your hand or show you in person, it's huge. You have to probably do like, I don't know how many training videos you have to watch. You probably watch a whole bunch, and then you could just get in-person training for like 20 minutes, and it's going to be probably more than some of these whole bunches of videos you watch. You're a banana man. That's nice. Is your insistence on gear a result of your first responder work? Where are you committed to gear prior? That's a great question, Joe Bag of Donuts. When I first started riding, I had a 3/4 helmet, the Bell Custom 500 Gold Flake. Ooh, badass. It was the Cabby Gold Flake. I love it. Probably my favorite helmet ever, and it's just not safe. And I would wear like a members only jacket that had no protection, just regular jeans, regular boots, and then gloves. So it was terrible. But to go back to what you said, the result of my first responder work, yeah. So I saw somebody crash with a 3/4 helmet, split their face wide open, got myself a full face, slowly started outfitting the rest of my gear because of the stuff I've seen. So that stuff I learned, I want to pass it on to you guys. It's not something you usually talk about, but what are some general mods you like to do on bikes? Meet shield. I want to do protection. So just like acquire and utilize personal protective equipment for myself, for my body, I want to get some sliders. I want to get some engine guards. I want to get some tank pads so I can grip the tank with my knees. I want to get something for a storage so I can put my trauma kit in it. I'm very utilitarian. It has to have that utility value to it. So if it's going to protect the bike and it's going to make it so where I can ride better in terms of carrying what I feel like I need to carry, then I'm good. I mean, a bike is powerful enough. I don't need to get performance mods to a bike. You really don't. Unless you want, I mean, that's just you. That's me. I come from the perspective I want safety first and then luggage. Indiana Dave, how you doing? Started on 750, understood what the bike could do to me if I took it for granted. Good. I still have that helmet. Still do. It's probably in the garage now. Crummy rapier. You a sword? You a big old sword? Oh, geez, I'm like super far. Let's adjust this a little bit. Let's go like this. There we go. I think that looks better. Did I get it right though, Crummy? I know about nerd stuff and swords. A little pointy sword. Boop, boop. My Husqvarna 701 Vitplin has ABS and traction control. Still need to feel it. Yeah. Recently got yourself a full set of fresh gear. Guys, hit that like button. We're almost at 200 likes. We'll just go ahead and start at 200 likes. Seems like everyone likes to jump in, but then they don't hit that like button to sign in. It's all right. It's all good. Dude, you got a perfect shaped head. Yeah, I know. Look at this thing. I need to get this trimmed. I need to get the sides trimmed up a little bit. Guys, we also have these t-shirts. I like the long sleeve a lot. Vitpillen. I don't know. Grab yourself a shirt. There's a shirt in the description. If you want to get yourself a shirt. Super fast shipping. Amazon Prime shipping. Woo, baby. All right. I think we're going to get started. Let's see. Want to make sure my arms are good. Okay, that's a little interesting. Let's see what we could do here. Oh, I made it worse. Ah! Oh, that made it worse. There we go. So that way I can point. There we go. Made some adjustments. All right, let's see what happens when I click this button. Okay, looks like we're good so far. CPU is doing pretty well. No drop frames. Getting class situated. Grab yourself some food real quick. Say hi to the squirrel on the far right. We do have hoodies. There are hoodies. All right. Here we go. Let's watch. Yeah. All right, what do you... Oh, hit that bump. Hey, handled it well. Fundamental skills. Yeah, so it landed. You see how that back tire was squishy? Probably not a lot of PSI in there, but that's for the wheelies and stuff. That was really good. Amazing job. So we got a whole group ride. We're not going to talk about that stuff, okay? So in terms of what we like to do, the staggered riding, that's not going to be super beneficial to us right there. So I would be sitting back just like this guy is because I want that big space cushion. So when we get to this part right here, massive amount of skill. I would say this is more of like an advanced skill. Now, there's fundamental skills. You know, you practice, you do this, and then when you hit a bump, you have to figure out how to land it correctly. So when he gets to this, I'm going to tell you right now, Brian636 would know way more than I do about this. So we're going to get into here. So he hits that bump. Now, when you hit the bump, you could either go into brown stage in a stunt culture and dump it by doing the wrong thing, or you could do what he did and go into red stage. So he hit the red stage maneuver. It's like, oh, crap. Could have been a panic. It could have been a dump. It could have been, you know, a little poo-poo in the pantalones. You know, you see it over there on the top right there. Brown, action time, but panicked. What he did was actually do a red stage, so he didn't do anything crazy, no crazy front brakes. He could have dumped the bike, and what he did was have a little bit of fun with some drifting. So that right there shows me he has a massive amount of skill, and that it's good. So good for him. The problem that I see, so risk management style, the problem is that if his skill failed him or the bike failed him, what could he have done? Get some gear. You know, just in case you crash, you could break an arm. You don't want to, right, Ricky Jackson? So the main thing is get some gear, be a smart rider. You could be a smart rider and be a stunt rider. Seek out, recognize, maintain fundamental skills, which was this right here. Great skill. Just get some gear, and then maybe, you know, rescue another rider or get that training just in case somebody crashes. And I'm pretty sure they all teach each other and, you know, help each other out when it comes to the actual stuff. So this was good. It was good. It was interesting to see. Interesting to see a different perspective. And that's fine. Good job, man. All right, so we're riding in Canada. All right, we're coming up to this big old thing, semi. Now we're going to get over here. Whoa, hit something. Good job ducking. You don't want to get hit and do that. All right. Hey, that's scary. That's real scary. There's not much you could have done in that situation. Sebastian Damien up there on the top left. Not much you could have done. So what he did was, as soon as he saw an uncommon thing right there, as soon as he saw that, he's like, what do I do? I don't know where it's going. The main thing is protecting your body so you can maintain your position on the motorcycle. So if you have to get low underneath that screen, so I'm going to see what, if you have to get low underneath that screen right there, get super low. If your bike takes the hit, you don't want to take the hit. You don't want to get something, you know, 70 miles an hour into your chest like a rock. That would hurt. You don't want to hit in your face. Even though it might be cardboard, it could still get a lot of impact to your face and then make you get messed up when it comes to the inputs in your bike. So getting low, letting the bike hit it, that's all you can do in that situation. Now, if you fell, what is the one thing that you could have had that's going to be a little safety net? Your PPE. PPE, personal protective equipment. No, you got rookies. Stop giggling over there in the corner. Jeez. All right, moving on. Here we go. CDA 441. Here we go. Oh!
That was random.
Wacht, wacht.
So having a Bluetooth system is very, very
Mijn broer is,
important.
tegen mij gereden.
Grab yourself a rock form code.
Ja,
No, not rock form. Cardo.
ik heb gezegd, wacht.
In the description.
Ik hoop van jou niet. Wacht.
Whoa, let's go back. We'll redo this one. Renzo, erase this part. We're gonna go back just a little bit. Kylo's in the chat. Kylo. So did it hit you? Yes, it tapped your helmet. Woo! Kylo's in the chat. Good job, man. You did good. There's nothing you could have done. You did a great job. All right, Renz. Let's go ahead and do it all over again. Let's do this next one all over again. All right, so we're riding. We're stopping. Sun in our eyes. We got tippity tapped by our buddy. Broke some pieces off.
Wacht, wacht.
This is why you want to have a
Mijn
Cardo
broer is, tegen mij
Bluetooth
gereden.
system so you can talk to the person up ahead instead of screaming, hey, hey, hey.
Ja.
They're not going to hear you.
Ik heb gezegd, wacht. Oei, mijn... ik hoop
See,
van
at this
jou
point, you know he's okay, so just pick up the bike. All right, so when it comes to your 360 situational awareness, so we're coming up to a light or a stop sign right here. We're looking left because we're trying to double check, making sure there's no cross traffic. It looks pretty good. I have a feeling the person behind us wasn't paying attention too much. Okay, so if you're in white stage, you're not looking ahead. You're kind of zoned out. You're probably listening to music. You're looking down. You're not paying attention. There's an intersection coming up, which is right here. You should be in what stage? All right, rhetorical. I'm going to answer for you. It's going to be orange stage. You're supposed to be in orange stage coming up to an intersection, so that way you're prepped and ready for anything. You don't know if your buddy's going or not. Ride your own ride. So if your buddy stops right here instead of following everybody else and you assumed he was and you're not really paying attention, you're going to run into him. Happens all the time in cars. Problem here with a motorcycle, you hit hit a person and they could easily fall off, and then look at you falling down too. Now, a simple fall from standing, hitting your head, is very dangerous. Thankfully, he has a helmet. Thankfully, he has full gear. But if you're out riding, just even getting on your bike and putting your foot down, you can't catch yourself and you fall over and tap the side of your head, you could easily have a traumatic brain injury. You do not want to have a traumatic brain injury. It could totally change your emotional spectrum. It could totally change how you speak, how you hear, how you act. It could do anything. It could do anything. It's like having a stroke. It depends on the severity. A very minor concussion is a TBI. Getting shot in the head and your brain blowed out, that's a TBI too. One way you can really kind of test it is shake your head back and forth. And if you get a headache and start getting a little blurry vision for a split second, imagine hitting your head. Okay, that right there, what you're doing is causing your brain to move around in your cerebral spinal fluid, and it's kind of tippity tapping the inside of your skull, and it's actually causing some pain. So don't do it too much. You get a headache. But this is why we need to pay attention, wear full gear. Situation awareness, smart rider, smart rider.
Mijn broer is tegen mij gereden. Ja. Ik heb gezegd, wacht.
Full gear though. Look at that. Good job though.
Oei, mijn... ik hoop van jou niet. Wacht.
All right, we're coming in here. Intersection, automatic orange stage. Automatic. All right, we're going. Nice. It almost like he was about to do a power wheelie. You guys see that? We just fought for that position. That was a little interesting. You guys see that?
Ik hoop van jou niet. Wacht.
So we come up to this spot right here. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, lane filtering. Not a big deal. But I think we're trying to beat this guy to get in front of him. This might be a lane that's kind of closing in. I'm not too sure, but just take a look at his front end and you can kind of hear it. I'll keep my mouth shut. It sounds like he almost lifts that front tire a little bit because he's giving it so much throttle. If you're having to give it so much throttle at the beginning off a light just to get in front of somebody, I think we're doing it wrong. Now, I don't know if it was us doing that or it picked up audio for the car doing that. But the moment, because he's looking left right now. He's looking left and he's like, oh, this car is right here. Here's the thing. With the law of gross tonnage, if we tippity tap that car, we're going to fall on the ground and gravity's going to win. So if we see that, just let him in. Apply some progressive brake pressure. Hey, you didn't win. Let him in.
get behind him, end of story. We almost hit the guy. We almost hit the guy. But here's the thing. So remember, we try to take what's good, remove what's bad with the after-action review process. Yeah, I think it's the car spinning the tires. I think you guys are right. This is what I love about having this class. We all learn from each other. Hey, stop eating all the food, rookie. We learn from each other. But here's the thing. What he did really well right here is found an escape path. Now, here's one of the big problems I have with this escape path. Is that we're accelerating super, super duper fast, and there's this big bus right here. So where are we accelerating to? It's one thing to use this whole section right here as the escape, all of this, but then we have to stop because there's a big bus right there. So that's a big problem. So that's why I like to use a lot of brake power. Let me rephrase that. That's why I like to use braking power to get myself out of there. I like to use it a lot more than acceleration to an escape path, but that's what he did. He accelerated. That's good. Found an escape path. Now in this situation, we can readjust and find another escape path if we have to, but Shane Tasha 10, I don't know. So we just fought for position, and this is where we start getting agitation between drivers, and this is where we start getting road rage. And I'd rather just remove myself from that position altogether and just apply the brakes. But you do you. Just realize there's consequences, risk management, greater chance of having that road rage now. All right, lane filtering. Now remember, lots of hazards. You can't look left and right very well, and your space cushions are terrible. Escape routes are terrible. Minimize that by reducing your speed. This is you can't get pissed. You cannot get pissed at that person. Don't get mad. You are not entitled to this spot. You are not entitled to be able to go in between lanes. It is a privilege. It is a... Try not to cuss here, because a lot of people are saying that they like the fact that I don't cuss because they watch this with their kids. It is a privilege to lane filter. You are not entitled to have this. So this mentality is absolutely ridiculous. We're lane filtering, okay? Let's remove that whole thing that I just said, and let's focus on what's good and some of the hazards. So some of the hazards, let's just take a quick look, okay? Typically, you want to watch out for any of these open spaces because that's going to give an opportunity for a car to switch over, okay? That's a pattern that we always talk about. So if you ever see these big open spaces, you should be in orange stage. But here's the thing, lane filtering, you're automatically in orange stage at all times. So you have to ride within the environment, ride within the conditions that are present. The conditions that are present right here is this is the lane that we have. We cannot escape left. We cannot escape right. All we can do is decelerate, which is braking, or accelerate into a very tiny space cushion, escape path, all those different things, okay? So the biggest problem here is that we have mergers, we have possibility of crashing, we have terrible line of sight, we have terrible escape routes, we have terrible space cushions. So when it comes to planning your ride, we cannot position ourselves for safety very well. We have to be on super high alert to locate anything. And more than likely, we can't just adapt to stuff in this position. We're going to have to do red stage maneuvers to navigate around any threat that kind of comes up. So that's a big danger. So how do we minimize as much risk as possible? Let's go ahead and go at a slower speed, okay? So in some places, I believe Utah and Montana just passed it, and then California, there's no real laws on it. Utah does have guidelines, and what they say is they don't want you going, I think it's like 10 to 15 miles per hour over traffic, and definitely not over 35. Correct me if I'm wrong, or from Utah. Montana has less restrictions. They say you can lane filter, just do it reasonably. And then California is just like, yeah, you can lane filter. So this right here is lane splitting. So this is that big pattern I was talking about. This is the big scary pattern that I don't want anybody getting hit by, because this vehicle right here is like, well, that's an open spot, I'll take it. Boom, they do it. You crash into them. You don't have enough space cushion or total stopping distance. So we're going to get up to here, and this is a great vision, great view. Hey, look, great line of sight. We can see super far. We're going to have a lot of fun, get past everybody. You know, this is great. You know, this is a great privilege. I'm not stuck in traffic. Congestion's not killing me. You know, I'd rather get from point A to point B quickly as possible. But here's the thing. We're going to get up to here,
and then we're gonna get mad. Okay, it's a privilege. It's an absolute privilege to lane filter. Absolute. You are not given the right to do that, and by getting the right, you're not allowed to say, hey, Mr. or Mrs., you cannot be where we're at, so you need to move over. You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. That's stupid. That's stupid to make somebody else do something so that you have a better time. No. If they wanted to do it, they'll do it. But to do this, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. You're absolutely right with that freaking phrase, name, whatever. All right, so we're moving on to this one. I love having a windscreen now. It's really weird. Watch out for this car. It's an intersection area. Okay. Very, very good. Whoa, whoa.
What the f?
Love the horn. Love the horn. Did a good navigation. So this is a smart rider. This is an absolute smart rider right here. So this is what I want you guys to realize. So we're coming up to here. Now this is an intersection. We have a car about in the same area. We're all approaching the same spot. Intersections are definite orange stage. The biggest hazard to motorcyclists is that right there. Left turners in the United States. Right turners in the UK and everywhere else. You know, when you guys all drive backwards and weirdos on the street, you got right turners. So left turners are extremely dangerous because of that path of travel violation. So when it comes to intersections, you have to be in orange stage. You have to be prepped and ready. It's up on the board. You guys can check it. You know, specifically identified an interest or threat. You're ready to act on anything. So if somebody came out, you're going to go into red stage, hopefully, because you've been practicing your parking lot skills, which we have on Motorcycle Training Concepts. Yeah, almost 11,000 subscribers right now. It's pretty cool. So anyways, we're going to get up to here, and we noticed that they were slowing down, so why would a car slow down? Okay, and here's the thing. There's also this signage right here says you can't enter. So the only reason why they're slowing down is to make a decision. So they're not stopping because we're going. They're probably going to go ahead and do this. So that's one of the big concerns. This is why we're doing after action review, so we can see this now and not have to realize this later. So we're going to get up to here. As soon as you see this, how good is your progressive brake pressure? Because one of the things that you want to do is to be able to slow down in between here. This is your space cushion and total stopping distance that is allowed for you. If you can't stop and slow down in that time, or if you don't start doing that, you know, you perceived it right now, you're not reacting the way, you know, with braking, what you're doing is just kind of coasting through. There's the rev bomb. That's not a red stage maneuver. Braking and swerving is. Here we go. The rev bomb didn't work. It didn't grab their attention. So what we're going to do now is navigate this threat and then go for where we think we can go. My option, though, would be this. He's doing this. The gap will close this way. The car is not going to magically turn left and accelerate because the car does want to go this way. But here's the thing. He's already in that position. You're going to do what you need to do. And now that that vehicle definitely stopped, we'll go ahead and honk the horn. But we need to be looking forward. Where are we going?
What the f?
We have to swerve right. We have to swerve left to get back into the lane. So overall, he did pretty good. He's a smart rider. He's situationally aware, maintained his fundamental skills. It looks like he has some gear, not gloves. So, rescue teaching, he's teaching us. The main thing here that I want you guys to take away is that he did do a red stage maneuver, Noah. He did. That's a red stage right there. Woo! You only got $1,200 and need a bike. Thoughts? $1,200 is not going to get you much. I would save up. I definitely would save up. You're not going to get much. I don't even think you can get a Grom, or you might be able to get a scooter. Those are fun. Those are definitely fun. All right, so let's go ahead and watch this one. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Oh, there's a police officer. We're doing stunting. We're doing some wheelies on the interstate. I don't know what the cop is wanting to do. Oh, there's nothing. There was nothing with that. So let's go ahead and do what we can. You know, if we're stunting, there's nobody behind us, a lot of people are way in front, that's perfectly fine. Here's the thing. This is a great total stopping distance. This is a great vision. We have good line of sight to everything. We have an escape path to the left. We have escape paths all the way to the right, unless a cop is hanging out next to us. So
You do you. The problem is that we are on a public road and the cops are not going to like it because it's a dangerous riding, dangerous driving, whatever, reckless, whatever policies and laws are in your local area. So if you can have this great line of sight, if you can have all these escape paths, if you can have all these different things, let's remove all the factors of cars and public roads and do it in a safer environment like a parking lot. But you do you. You do your own risk assessment, do your own risk management. This is where we start having an issue, is that sometimes when you go high risk, you're going to have possible consequences. He's telling him to put it down. And that's all he's doing. He's not pulling him over. He's just telling him to, put it down, buddy. I would have listened to him at that point. Listen to him, put it down. Do it later if you want. All right, so same situation here. Let's see. Risk assessment. So we got a helmet, gloves. Looks like some gear. Not a lot of people in front. Definitely nobody in the back. So it looks like we're doing some pretty good risk assessment. So that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with this. Now we're going to be pushing our skills to a huge level. Okay. Hey. See, look at that. Look at that. No one behind us. There was nobody in front of us. You do what you feel like you want to do. I personally do not recommend stunting on public roads. But who am I to tell others to not do something if they do it as safe as possible? Because that's all I care about. As safe as possible. My only concern is gear on this part. That's it. All right, we're moving in. Ninja Kawasaki's 250s. All right, line of sight is terrible. Total stopping distance is terrible. Those brake lights, great adaptation. Problem is, we're going into an intersection. We put ourselves in that danger. We'll talk a little bit about that.
Oh, pay a little more attention, okay? I'm sorry for hitting your truck. You guys have a good day.
Okay, we changed our tune. Changed our tune a little bit. That's pretty good. Let's go back just a little bit. Now, here's what happened. So line of sight, we talk about that all the time. That's pretty much a big killer. That's like one of the main factors, that poor line of sight for the motorcycle rider and then cars seeing us. So right here, this is our space cushion. Okay. Line of sight pretty much ends right here. We can't see past this vehicle. So when it comes to positioning for safety, when it comes to planning, okay, that's the first part. Positioning for safety would be off to the sides, especially if this is all you have for space cushion. When you're off to the sides, you can see around. If you have a bigger space cushion, so this is going to be the space cushion we have right now, if we are able to increase it by applying some brake pressure, so we're increasing the space cushion by applying, there we go, brake pressure, so the vehicle gets in front of us even more, and we're getting back here. So if we're like this, you can't see around me. Your guys are close. Stop getting so close. But if you get further and 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 further away, you can see around my fingers. Okay, the fingers are the same size. It's how close you are. So make sure you give yourself a good space cushion. Make sure you give yourself a good line of sight. And make sure you give yourself a good escape. So right here is probably where I'd be. Because we have an escape to the left. We have good line of sight this way. And if we can, let's go ahead and decrease our speed just a little bit so we can increase the space cushion and then maintain speed after that. That's planning for your ride right there. So we get up to here, though. Now, we know it's an intersection, okay? So let's go back just a little bit right here. We know it's an intersection just based off of the fact this is the left turn lane right here. So once again, go on orange stage, be prepped and ready for any dangerous situations, which is typically at intersections. So the problem is line of sight, intersection, can't see, they can't see us. So right now what we have is a left turner area, very scary. We can't see around this vehicle. If we can't see around this vehicle, how is anybody over here in this parking lot exiting going to see us? They're not going to be able to see us. So they're going to make this educated and informed decision of, I don't see anybody, and this vehicle is slowing down to turn right. I will go ahead and use that cushion, that gap, to turn right myself. That's the biggest thing. Okay, so you have to understand, you have to put yourself in their perspective, in their shoes of, oh, I would have done the same thing, but I should hopefully see a motorcyclist. Well, here's the thing. They probably didn't. They just didn't. So they're going to go, their line of sight was obscured by that white van that we just went around, and then this vehicle right here too. They made a decision. That's how it goes. We pass this vehicle
kind of recklessly, all because we didn't want to slow down and stop. I think that's the problem. So guys, make sure you don't do this near intersections, for one. And for two, try not to hit anybody. You just removed your hand off the primary controls, which is going to be your braking and then also your throttle. That's what's going to get you out of the situation. This is not a red stage maneuver to smack a vehicle. Red stage maneuver would be to swerve into this open area if it was open for you, and then decelerate, or if you can, accelerate, because this dude is he's on a dually and he's towing something. So you could, even on a 250, you can accelerate to get yourself out of there and find that escape path. Make sure you guys hit that like button to sign in. Click the like. Click it, click it, click it, click it.
Oh, pay a little more attention, okay? I'm sorry for hitting your truck.
I like this part.
Have a good day.
That's a good thing. Realizing super quick. Very good. All right, good view. Watch out for areas like this because you have pedestrians,
Puppy dog.
dogs too. Little puppy. Oh, there's a passenger.
Is he all right?
That's cool. So be very careful with passengers.
Where
You
is
want to
it?
do slow braking, slow acceleration, so you're not bouncing back and forth.
Where is it?
Having a good time with this one.
It's under the bike.
Uh-oh, it's under the bike. Oh no. Yeah, you don't want to take off and run it over. You're gonna kill it.
Oh, we've got a little puppy dog under the bike. Hello? How are you?
How are ya?
Maybe there.
I'm glad that they got a helmet.
Peachy.
Go ahead and get yourself some gloves. You know,
Hello?
we're just gonna enjoy this one.
How are you? Knock. Quick.
Why'd you give it to her? Just do it yourself.
Hey, cute little dog, eh?
Cute little doggy.
Hey, Peachy. Hello? No.
All right, this is why we have a backup video, because we got a lot of this. We'll just enjoy it for a little bit. There you go, get in the side stand. Hey, he's probably been riding for a while. He understands.
Your dog?
Yeah, beside that.
Cool. Have
All
fun.
right. She's like, no, it's not mine. I'll take it though. All right, moving on to this stuff. All right, Nick, how are we gonna do? All right, so we're right behind poor line of sight. Get off to the sides like we talked about. Oh, I think we talked about this one already. I think so too. So he's gonna decide to pull over, but he's like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I don't know why he has one glove. I don't recommend this. High risk, not a lot of reward. We're gonna move on from this one. Whew. Not very smart. Lane filtering like this, or lane splitting, I'm sorry. This is at this point splitting at 125 miles per hour. Oh man. Oh, is it still him? No. All right, another red bike. All right, here we go. So we're gonna be right behind this vehicle. Vince Ryder. I think I've done this one before towards the beginning, so pretty interesting to see it be reused. Come on, Moto Madness. So that was gonna be a braking issue. Very bad with the brakes. Why do you think he didn't have enough total stopping distance? What are the 3 parts of total stopping distance, everybody? All right, I'll give you the first one, perception. Write it in the comments. Write in the chat the 3 parts of total stopping distance. Perception is 1. You guys gonna stop eating, or are you gonna answer the questions? All right, perception, reaction. I see Heavy Harris. You're cheating. You already know this. And braking, Moto Michael. There you go. Perception, reaction, braking distance equals total stopping distance. So if you do not perceive that there is a reason why you need to brake, you're never going to go to reaction, and you're never going to brake. And guess what? You're going to crash, okay, if there is an actual situation. So perception is extremely important. This is why we do not go into white stage when we're riding. We need to stay in yellow stage, zoned in to our riding. So that means we're actively looking for hazardous situations. So if we see a vehicle in front of us apply the brakes, and then it's starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger because we're getting closer and closer and closer and closer, you know, same concept, right?
If that's the case, we should go into orange stage and start applying some progressive brake pressure. Okay, that's going to be a nice squeeze of that. Now that's going to be the reaction. So we perceived, hey, they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now we're going to go ahead and react. And then the whole time we're reacting is that braking distance equals total stopping distance. Now, if you can't stop in time, what is something you could do in a red stage maneuver? That's going to be a swerve, okay? So you can swerve if you don't have enough distance to stop. So when we see this, now we're going to, he perceived it, and this is the moment he reacted. Now, this is right here your total stopping distance, okay? So that means you have to brake within this amount of distance right now. So if you can't brake in time, this is why you always should have 360 situational awareness. You should always be checking your mirrors, always checking your blind spots, even if you're not turning, because in a situation like this, you don't want to have to do a quick head check and then swerve. What you could do, since you know for a fact at 42 miles per hour, you cannot stop here in this time because you've been practicing on motorcycle training concepts, parking lot exercises. If you know you can't do it, you're going to have to make an adjustment, and you're going to have to swerve. Even though you might want to turn left, it doesn't matter if you're going to hit somebody, right? So this is why you always have to have tools in your toolbox, and this is why you always have to be situationally aware and be a smart rider, okay? Situational awareness, fundamental skills are very important on this. And the thing is, if we did hit, thankfully he reduced the amount of damage and injury to himself because he did slow down as much as he possibly could. Dumps the bike. Looks like he's got motorcycle boots. It didn't look like motorcycle pants, but I can't tell him. It could be. He's got a jacket, helmet, gloves. So he's trying his best to be a smart rider. This was just a simple mistake that we are all going to learn from using after action review. So we're going to learn from this. Thank you so much for the footage.
Je suis désolé. Non, que ça a pilé.
All right, so we're going to have some fun over here in the dirt. Some dogs do not like bikes. Supposedly, it's just weird. It's the two-wheel thing. They don't like the two wheels. Do exactly what he did. Oh. Just get yourself out of there. You do what you need to do. There's not much. That dog can still keep up with you at that speed. The dogs are fast. With a bicycle, you can actually keep it in front and use it as a barrier. With a motorcycle, it's just too heavy. Whew. Not much you could do. That looked like a guard dog. I don't know why we're in this area. Woo, baby. That is a doggo. Woo-wee. I did not want to mess with that. Hopefully he didn't get bit. That bites or puncture wounds are terrible. All right, we're going to move on. That's a bear. All right, so we're going to have some fun in the snow. Low traction. Dogs are going to be jumping up on us. So this is where you have to juke them and then swerve. He's doing good, though. This is probably all I could do, because you can't do a lot of juking and swerving with snow. And the main thing here is you don't want to get bit yourself. So right here, a lot of people are like, well, I'll just accelerate. Well, if you give too much acceleration, you're going to lose traction on that rear tire. So just kind of, he seems to be doing good. Doesn't like the noise. All right, here we go. Aprilia. Strong winds are blowing on this side. Look out. Okay. Really low. Oh, he's getting some good body position. Oh, a little too much. Oh, check your pantalones on that one.
I f***ed up there big time.
Huh?
I f***ed up there.
You caught up?
I f***ed up.
You almost crashed?
Not almost crashed. No, not really. It's just I was in the turn and the wind hit me. So it sinked me in. So I literally crossed right in the middle. And then I saw the truck coming up. I'm like, let me try pass on the left or on the right. But it was far enough for me to come back. But like, holy shit. I didn't expect that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Did you get it on GoPro?
On both of them, yeah.
He just did his own after action review. That's what that was. Here's the thing, he committed to it and he got himself out of it. So he did his own after action review. Oscar Merlos, thank you for the 5. Since he did his own after action review, hopefully he's going to learn from that and realize it, Martin. And he's going to hopefully realize it. So here's the thing, we're going to get up in here. So he's saying that there's high winds. So that is going to be one factor, Hermanson, with the knock 50. Thank you so much. Strong winds
is gonna be the situation here. Whoa. You guys aren't donating this much. Streamlabs. Nobody's donating that much, everybody. Streamlabs is acting stupid. We're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to disable Streamlabs. Let's let it play through. Let's let it have its fun. All right, Streamlabs. Renzi, just go ahead and delete this part. I'm not getting all these donations, guys. It's just Streamlabs going a little nutty. There we go. I keep hearing the noise too. All right. We're just going to turn the alert box off today. I can still hear it though. You guys can you still hear that? All right. Yeah, I can still hear it. All right, so let's see. And that's the crazy thing, is you should not be able to still hear it. No. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's see if that works. All right. Here we go. I just muted it all. All right, Renzi, go ahead and cut out that section. We're going right back into it. All right, so we just saw him go super wide on this turn just mere seconds ago. And now we're going to get over here, and we're going about, it said 90, we're going 80. We're doing pretty high speeds, and it said about 50 at the end. I don't think that's even what this is. It's probably about 40, 35. So we're going a little fast, like that. So the thing is, we need to slow it down just a little bit, or have the skill like they have. They have a lot of skill in here, but here's the thing: we might be going a little bit too much outside our skill. So when we go outside our skill, we tend to do things that are not good. Like this, we went a little bit too outside our skill. We went a little bit wide, and the problem is we're doing it inside of a public road. Okay, if we do it on a track, this part right here would be a runoff or just even a bigger wide area, and there's not going to be any oncoming traffic. So here's the one thing I think was really good from this rider, is that he didn't panic brake, he didn't panic and go into the wall, he didn't stand it up. He actually committed because he knew that he had to, or he was going to crash and possibly get severely injured. Now the problem is we have this big boy right here. We have this big truck in the way, thankfully, that person is a smart driver, situationally aware, and utilized good progressive brake pressure and moved a little bit out of the way. So they planned their own ride and moved off to the side. You can see that how they moved off to the side right here. Now, we were thankfully able to get back into our own lane, because if not, could have been bad. Thankfully, that person had the room to move over. So very, very, very lucky. Whew. Might have to switch alerts from Streamlabs to
I f***ed up
somewhere
there.
else.
Huh? I f***ed up there.
You caught up?
I f***ed up.
Let's double check real quick. Is it still making noise? Did it play through? All right, we're back on. Woo! Guys, if you want to become a patron, click that link in the chat, and it will pop up now, since I turned it back on. All right.
You almost crashed?
Not almost crashed. No, not really. It's just
This is an after-action review right here.
hit me, so he synced me in. So I literally crossed right in the middle, and then I saw the truck coming up. I'm like, let me try pass on the left or on the right, but he was far enough for me to come back. But like, holy shit, that was like, I didn't expect that.
By the way, the first place person for February just got their gift card. Second place got their gift card. We're waiting on third place a little bit. So those are all sent out, everybody. So if you want to enter the $800 RevZilla gift card giveaway, click that link in the Chitty Chat chat.
Yeah.
Get it on GoPro?
On both of them, yeah.
Steal Your Skin. I don't have a discount code for RevZilla, but I do have an affiliate link in the description. No extra cost to you. It helps us out quite a bit. All right, we're moving over here. Uh-oh, police. Police. Policia. All right, here we go. What was the issue? Were we speeding?
There is, oh, there's a copper behind me. Am I?
Don't run.
There's a cop.
Don't run.
Is he gonna turn on his lights? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh yeah.
All right, you got pulled over. Did a good job. He's pulling over.
There goes
Very
that
good.
idea.
Pull off into a safe area if you can. This is a turn lane. It's kind of
man.
dangerous, but you do you. I like having my phone on my bike just like that for GPS.
St. Cloud Police Department. The reason I'm stopping you is that when you pass me, you're doing 70, okay? It's a 50 through here. You see your driver license, registration, and insurance.
Absolutely. Can I get
There
off
it
the
is.
bike? Can I get off the bike?
Yeah, absolutely. Here's this.
20.
Very respectful.
R1 or 6?
Second? R1.
That pipe looks nice though, man.
Thank you, thank you. It's funny because this came from the UK, and when I bought it, I was like, "Oh,
Don't
that's
give-
not bad. $8.49."
Don't give too much because it might not be E EPA.
Didn't realize it. I said, "No," and I saw my account clear for so much money. I was like, "No, that sucks."
The conversion will get you.
If you're respectful, this is typically how people act.
Mindful, okay?
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Get out of here, man.
Hopefully, this is the.
Do that. You're good, brother. Just hang tight for a second.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
If you're respectful, typically this is how interactions go. If you run, you're not going to get this.
All right, brother, you're good. One more thing, man. In Florida, that's a $1,000 fine now. I'm not sure if you know that.
What is? Oh, the plate.
Yeah, the tag being, it's got to be parallel to the ground.
Okay.
I used to tuck mine back here, so I understand. That's a clean look.
Yeah, yeah.
Florida, they made it a $1,000 fine. It's the same as popping a wheelie now.
Wow.
Do not, man.
I mean, I'm scared of Pop Willie, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna give you any shit for it, but just understand that some officer might stop you, some deputy might stop you, man. He'll stroke you that $1,000 ticket.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Thank you so much, man. Have a good day.
So that right there is a great interaction. Public safety, if they go into the public safety area, the main thing is that public safety. So I have a feeling this cop obviously knows his own bikes. He rides and everything. He understands that having a license plate and giving a $1,000 fine is not going to be the direction for public safety. The only reason why he pulled him over was because of that speeding, and it's more about the education. And we as motorcycle riders understand that speeding is dangerous, okay? But here's the thing, is that sometimes we get a little bit too much fun. You know, we have to be reminded. And here's the thing, if we make that legit mistake and we are the ones actually making a problem, we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, this right here is thankfully a good reminder. He's not causing any type of financial burden. He's not doing anything bad to us. He's being very empathetic and very,
very personable. Not necessarily an authority figure, but saying, hey, this is the rules, these are the laws, I have to enforce them, but I'm just going to let you know, and this is how it's going to happen. Now, typically what we see with motorcycle riders is that they're going to be like, F you, why you pulling me over? We're going to do this and this and this. This isn't the arena to fight that. If you ever want to fight a cop, I guess, and not necessarily fight, but if you ever want to disagree or dispute something a cop says, take it to court. Take it to court. Do it in court. Don't do it here, okay? So I like the interaction. This is exactly who I want right here. I want this cop to be the normal cops everywhere around us for motorcycle stuff. And I think a lot of it has to do education on the police side to understand motorcycle riders, and then motorcycle riders need to understand police. And if we have that understanding together, we know what we should be doing that is right and wrong. So this was a very good situation. Good job, man. Split my hand right there. Good job, Shazan Moto. Good job.
I'm not going to give you any shit for it, but just understand that some officer might stop you.
Have a good day.
All right, so Triscuit Biscuit, here we go. Yamaha Blaster 200. This is not a motorcycle, but you can still utilize the Smart Rider principles on this. Going a little too fast. We're starting to get a little bit of wobbles. We're going into a corner. Oh, no. Probably not street legal. That's going to be the problem. Probably. So do what he's doing. Nice and relaxed. Just kind of.
I was on the power lines. I live right down the road.
Gotcha. Got a red license on you?
No.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
The no registration at all?
No.
No.
Yeah, so this is where we start having issues.
Road 2 is closed.
Okay.
So I mean, if you're gonna go down the power line, you gotta cut.
Yeah, and I have a trail.
Yep.
It's just when I get there, the trail's not yet like 100%. It's only like a one-way type thing. But yeah, no.
Can't get back up out of it, you mean, or?
Yeah, I literally.
He's trying to be understanding. It's very good.
The issue is they ain't no registration.
Yeah, I know.
So that's a great interaction. Here's the thing. The rider knows. It's like, shoot, I got caught. Shouldn't have done it. I apologize. What are the consequences? I have to own up to it. And that's what I like. And the cop is trying to give him all these different outs. Do you have this? Do you have that? Or you can't be on the road. It's closed off to you if you don't have this. What are you doing? You live right... Ah, crap. You gave me too much... Not too much information. You didn't give me an out to say, here's a warning. That's pretty much what that is. And I've seen cops do this all day, every day, and it's just take it. You have to take it. $165, I mean, that could be a big burden to a lot of people. But he's trying so hard to not give you anything. But it's like, not everybody can keep doing this. You can't have...
Yeah, I know.
Ay. All right, Suzuki, here we go. Angry Man steals biker's keys. Uh-oh. Okay, interesting. We're gonna power through this one a little bit. What are we doing here? So if you have to... Oh, no. Whoa! Maintain your 360 situation awareness. Oh, this doesn't look good. Get yourself out of there. That's your situation awareness should have been telling you, can't be here. This is easily a road rage incident. I would have tried my best to get around him and go. Don't stop in this situation, everybody. I want you guys to be safe. Do not stop.
I did not touch you. I did not touch you. I did not touch you.
All right. So in that situation, I would have just left. Your best bet would have been to leave. He stole the keys. Now you're at the mercy of that person. I would have left. Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you, Moto Madness, for that. Here's the cool thing, everybody. If you are a patron, you get access to the course syllabus. And here's the syllabus. So we were going to talk about this video, which is what we did. And now we have a backup video. So if you wanted to see all this stuff, look, we got all the timestamps. Thank you, Moto Madness and Moto Stars, for putting timestamps in all the videos. So here's the cool thing. If you're a patron, you get access to this early so you know what we're going to be talking about during the stream. And it supports the channel. You get quite a bit, too. You get quite a bit. You get entered into the gear giveaway. You get my first ebook for free.
A lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this one. We're going to put this one up here. We're going to do this. Oh, that's going to be a high mechanism. That one looks pretty good. Whew. What do you guys think, class? Rookies, go ahead and start cleaning up just a little bit. What we're going to do is head out to the crew lounge. If you're not a crew member yet, think about it. Think about it.
Ooh-wee. Gonna have some fun with the second video. Oh yeah. Rookies, keep it down. Keep it down over there. Okay? Do not erase the high scores. If you get a new high score, you put Dan. D-A, yes. Yeah. You got it. Everybody, go ahead and grab yourself a plate of brisket and some ribs and some beans and cornbread. Woo-wee! Grab yourself a drink. If you want to hang out in here, if you are a D-Diffin crew member, go ahead and play some foosball, play some video games, enjoy yourself. But remember, you can join the best damn online motorcycle community in the world by clicking that join button or becoming a patron. Let's get back to class.
Whew. I have to put the headset on so I can talk to you, everybody. We eating good today, Keo? Matthew, how you doing? You already had Subway Celtic. You're telling me that you have no room in your stomach because you already had Subway. Look what's on the table. You won't even try the sauce. You won't even try. We have cornbread muffins, man. There you go. Just try it. Nah, you like it. You like it. Woo-wee. Do what Yammy Noob says and get all the types of bike anti-theft. Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, if the more you have, it's that Swiss cheese layer of protection. So if somebody is able to bypass one, they have to go through the second, they have to go through the third, they have to go through the fourth, and they're not going to want to do it. Very, 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 very. I haven't played video games in so long. It's a terrible day. Is anybody still waiting? The MSF course near them will open up. The one near me said early March, but has yet to start enrollment. Steal Yo Skin. That's rough. That's rough. That's why we have this online class here. Online class. Ryan F9 has a great video on that. Yeah, Ryan F9 has some amazing videos. Love it. Yeah, we got real butter, Ross. We got some real butter. Marius Gavril. I think that's how you say your name. I have to throw some stuff on there. Welcome to the crew, baby. You're a rookie member. You got to clean the toilets. All right. Did I break it? All right, guys, we're going to get started again. Yeah, I think so. We'll do a few. We'll do a little bit. We might not finish it all. Let's see. Oh. All right, we're riding through here. We're getting on an off ramp, so be careful. We got chevrons, bad conditions on the road.
To drive without keeping a safe distance.
Good job with the safe distance. Whoa, that person's not doing it though. At this point, you have to do what you need to do. Do not speed up because that person's on your butt, because this is a sharp turn, very terrible road. You do what you need to do. Now you're getting onto the interstate. Go ahead and accelerate because you want to be safe too. Let that person get in the far left lane. There you go. Let that person look forward, look forward, look forward, look forward. Don't cut them off. You stay in that lane if you can. That lane might end though, so good job probably getting that lane. You had to. Pointing at your GoPro doesn't do anything. This right here would have done something. This right here is an escape path. This right here, as soon as he looks forward and accelerates, that's the escape path. That's where you need to get yourself out of that situation. So this whole situation when it comes to getting somebody on your ass is not that big of a deal. The problem I'm having is how terrible this road is. So we're in the middle of a turn, and it's a sharp turn. We should be decelerating, so we're using traction to slow down. This right here robs us of traction. So be careful. So that means we should go over this as smoothly and not as slow as possible, but as smooth as possible, okay? So at appropriate speeds for what you can handle.
Don't realize how dangerous it's to drive without keeping a safe distance.
Thank you, Moto Stars. So we got this person on our ass. Here's the thing. A lot of people do that, and they don't even think they're doing something wrong. Don't be this driver right here. Whoa.
Don't be this driver right here. If you feel like this is a good enough space cushion for when you're driving and you're behind a car, I'm going to tell you right now, people don't like that, so stop doing that. Okay, give yourself at least, I don't know, a good stopping distance in space cushion. We talk about that on this channel. Why do I even have to help you out with that? Anyways, we're going to be going. You have a great space cushion. You have good line of sight. You are good. The person behind you is being a dum-dum. Don't let them push you into something that you're not comfortable with. And now we're going to get up into here, and you do what you need to do. And I think he's purposely slowing down. So here's the thing. If you're doing that and you're getting on the interstate, you're putting yourself in danger too. So just do what you feel like you need to do in terms of being safe for yourself, but let's not try to antagonize anybody. Whew. This right here is kind of dumb. The whole thing right here is kind of dumb. Let's not do that. Bike and its boy, let's go ahead and keep it down a little bit. You're disrupting class. Alright, so we're going to be doing this. This is going to be high risk. Hopefully has a lot of skill, which we're pushing it. Now we're getting closer and closer to that edge. Oh, any mess up's going to cause you to go over, and there it is. Ah, that's sharp. That metal is so sharp. Oh, he's guarding. You see him? No. Where's more? So take a look at him. Look at him. I'm going to go ahead and do the slow-mo. Look at his arm. He's guarding. He's guarding. He's guarding his right arm. He's in pain. That top part, very, 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 very sharp. Woo-wee. Let's go back just a little bit. So this part right here, I'm not going to talk too much about it. The big issue that, like I said, when it comes to stunting is there's not a lot of gear. Okay, there's just not a lot of gear. So if you fail your situational awareness and skills, your fundamental skills, and you do drop it, or you do fall, or you do crash, anywhere that you don't have gear, you are causing damage to your body. You know, if you hit your shoulder, impact protection. If you hit the inside, I mean, he's got sleeves, short sleeves. He's going to cut himself up like crazy. So you have to have the skill. Brian 636, if you're watching this, let me know if this is, you know, good enough to do it on the street. I don't know. Brian 636 is an amazing stunner, by the way, guys. You should check him out. So we're getting to here. We almost got a little screwy. Now we're going towards the right. So our space cushion, our escape routes are terrible. And here we go. We're going to dump the bike. Now that top part is very, very, very sharp, like I said, okay? If we're going to go up and over on like that, we're slicing the inside of our body. We're slicing our arms. We can easily cut an artery. We can easily puncture a lung. We can break ribs that will puncture the lung. Lots of problems. Lots of problems. So here's the thing. When it comes to being a smart rider, if you have the medical training, utilize it in this situation. You might have to. Now, Billy the Kid, let's take a quick look. Is it going to show? It's going to be his whole... Okay, so let's see. Oh, that's the end of it. Is there any... Nope, nothing. Mr. Gaming 2 point sub now. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. There's not much more information and context on that, but that's going to be a high mechanism of injury. Make sure you are able to rescue another rider if you could. I'm wondering why that section way over there is blurred. I have a feeling that's the street name when nobody wants to know where we're at. Alright, so we're moving on to this one. Sun in the eyes, watch out, we're in the blind spot right now.
Close to the biker who decides to react quickly.
Okay. Whoa, right on our ass. How slow are we going? It feels like we're going really slow. And we're going with the flow of traffic, so there's not much we can do. Yeah, and it's a red light. Yeah. So you gotta slow down anyways. Get off his ass. Now position yourself for safety so you're not gonna get sandwiched. He's got a good position. This is a good position. He's off to the side. Whoa. Oh, I thought he fell. Don't do this.
to rush to a red light?
Hot.
You need to rush to a red light?
Bro, you're in
You need to rush to a red light?
It wasn't.
Stupid.
All right. Let's take out what's good. Okay. So he's coming up to a red light, so he has to slow down anyways. So when it comes to these red lights, what I like to do is position myself to the sides. Now, I like being off to the left side because that does give me the best view of the driver through their mirror, and then also the driver's on the left side of the car, so hopefully they'll see us. So I like to be off to this left side so that I can be in a good position for safety. So one thing I see that he did good was he started to do that. So that's good. Because hopefully the vehicle, if they're not paying attention behind us, is going to smash into this or try to swerve into here and then smash this. But the main thing is making sure you have good protective gear, position for safety, plan your ride. We're going to skip this whole next part where he gets off the bike and says, hey, what's up? Because I don't care about this. I don't. All right, so we're riding through here. We're going to turn left really hard. Oh, I think we've talked about this one. Yeah, so he's going to low side, or actually, no, he's going to go off the road. And this is where you need to have that rescue of another rider. If you want to know more about how to rescue another rider, or you want to know more about fundamental motorcycle skills, situational awareness, all that stuff, go to Motorcycle Training Concepts. That's where all the training is going to be happening. This right here, we go through after action reviews. Over there, you get the training. All right?
You okay, man?
Thankfully, he's got full gear. And I think they have trouble lifting it up. But he's going to be able to walk away from this.
Yeah, sit down, man.
And it's very good.
Sit down, man.
Sit down, sit down. We already talked about this. Let's move on. Okay. Well, it was right there then.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So we're riding, having a great time. We have good line of sight. Now we don't. Now we do. Got ourselves out of it. You notice how the rider with the camera saw it ahead of time and swerved? What do you think this rider was doing? Maybe a little zoned out? Maybe wasn't scanning for hazards? Maybe taking a look at the person on the far right and seeing what they have to eat, because it might look like an Uber driver. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and go back just a little bit. So I like to do this too. I like to have my hand on the hip and everything, but I don't do that when it's in an orange stage arena area, whatever you want to call it. Right there, orange stage, specifically identified an interest or threat. Intersections, curves, we're in a curve right now, and high traffic tends to do that for me. So I'm going to be both hands on it, or I'm going to position myself for safety to where I can reach in time if I really need to have my left hand off. So we're going to get up to here. Now, for us, we're going to be situationally where zoned in. I have a feeling this rider over here is zoned out. White stage, exactly the shades, 1998. So we're going to be getting here, and look, we already adapted. So this is what I absolutely love. This right here is a smart rider, by the way. This right here is a smart rider. He's riding his own ride. He's situationally aware. So that's the part of S and SMART. Maintained fundamental skills, so he just adapted. He just kind of moved over lane position, so he's planning his ride too. He's doing everything. He's doing everything. He's acquired and utilizing personal protective good. I think he does. Okay, I don't know if he's rescuing and teaching, but he's teaching us. Now this rider right here, just zoned out. Could be a smart rider, just zoned out, maybe thinking about work. So always tell yourself, hey, if you all of a sudden you're not thinking about the ride and you're thinking about when you're going to work and you're just thinking about what's at work, you're not paying attention to what's pertinent. You're not paying attention to what's important to you right now. You're on your way home because, you're leaving work. You're about to get home to see your beautiful wife or husband, whoever. But now you're thinking about, what you have to do at home. You're thinking about how work was, how crappy it was, and you're not paying attention. You need to pay attention. Okay, you need to pay attention. You need to be in yellow stage, orange stage, hopefully never white, red, or brown. But if you have to, go into red. If you have to, swerve like that. Look at last second. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't do anything. Thankfully, didn't get hit. Whew. Look at this. Couldn't do anything. It would have already impacted before he got that left hand on the handlebars. Ride your own ride, plan your ride, be a smart rider. Yeah. Wait. This is why I can't have nice things. I don't deserve this bike, but I have it. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that.
According to the description under his video, it can be concluded that this biker felt his very first crash very much.
Alright. Oh, high side. Oh, his leg is underneath. Oh, there you go. Good job. Because some people just pick it up and it falls onto the other side. Good job with that side stand, okay? Lift with your legs.
I'm good, thank you.
I wonder if he has a helite vest.
Sorry?
You see the tether?
Lost traction, cold tires. It flipped me.
Very good with the situation. Oh, but now we got damage to the bike. He had sliders, but that's not going to help with the massive amount of impact. So he's got a slider way over there on the far right. Depending on the type of slider, it could actually like crack the frame. So make sure you get the appropriate slider for a crash, like a crash cage, or crash cage. Sliders are basically just meant for if it low sides and it starts to slide across the ground. It's not meant for like big impacts. So I think this might have been a new rider. I don't know. I mean, he's saying he doesn't deserve the bike, but he has it. But he's got a helite vest. He's got full gear. Probably new tires. Probably cold. I mean, it looks pretty cold in the area. It's all blue, you know, warm blue. Anyways, probably cold. It's also a very powerful bike. So accidentally giving it too much throttle and dumping the clutch a little bit too quickly in the middle of a turn can cause it to lose traction. But then it gained traction because it's probably good tires still. Probably new, just a little bit cold. Grab traction, then flip them over into a high side. You hear the RPMs, but that could have easily been the RPMs going up because the tire lost traction before, or it could have went up that caused the tire to lose traction. But either way, this right now is turning into a low side, and there's the high side immediately because it grabbed traction. Now he hits hard, and I think he's got full gear. Hit his head, hit his right shoulder. I'm thinking a mechanism on the right side. Landed on his leg possibly, so hopefully he's got full or mid-calf boots to protect his tib fib. And right here, we got a tether. So I think that's a helite vest. So I think he has an airbag vest. So he's got the income to do this. Simple mistake, probably. Simple mistake. And here's the cool thing. He's not blaming anybody. He said basically what I would have probably thought. Look, great job with that. If you want to learn how to lift up your bike, I do have a video on motorcycle training concepts. You want to check it out. You can do it so you don't hurt your back. Because right now he's just trying to lift it up. You can walk it up the other way.
Sorry? Lost traction, cold tires.
Lost traction. He's not saying, well, it's the stupid road's fault. Oh, we're skipping frames. Either way, it's cool that I'm looking slow motion. Minor issues, and we're back. I don't want to be slow motion anymore. Excuse me. Let's move on.
It flipped.
Alright, so we're riding. Put your hands back on. He's just talking in a moto vlog.
Take control of the situation.
Corners are very dangerous. That's a crest of a hill, very dangerous. Oh, we got a little bit of fire burning, a little grass fire. The rest of the area is dry, so that could spread very easily. So we got some cool firefighter men's and women's on the motorcycles. And we're going to get up to here. Just got to be very careful. Remember, it's the Earth's emergency at this point, not your emergency, so you don't want to crash trying to help. So what you could do is just kick dirt on it. Just kick dirt or stamp it out. So the way fire works, it's the fire tetrahedron. If you're a firefighter, this is going to be a nice little refresher for you. So what she's going to do is apply a cooling and reducing agent, which is going to be water. So basically the fire tetrahedron is in order for fire to burn, what it needs is going to have to need the ignition source or a flame source or a heat source, okay? So that's typically, you know, a match or a cigarette being thrown on the side of the road. And then also you're going to need oxygen. So that's 2. Tetrahedrons are 4. So that's 2 right there. You also need the chemical chain reaction. So there has to be enough heat to start causing pyrolysis to the material. So it's going to start off-gassing with heat. So when you burn wood, you apply some, get a little congested. When you apply some heat, like some paper, you get some heat, and it takes a while to catch fire. Well, what it's doing is heating up the bigger pieces of wood, and it's going to off-gas flammable gases. So that right there is the chemical chain reaction. And then also, what you're going to need, what did I say? You have oxygen, you have the chemical chain reaction. Oh, you need a fuel source. You obviously need something to burn. Okay, so you need something to burn, you need a chemical chain reaction, you need oxygen, and then you need the heat source to start it. So if you can if you can remove one of those things, fire goes away. So here's the thing. When it comes to this, what she's doing, removing the heat source by cooling it down. So it actually cools it down, no more fire. Also, it's almost like a smothering agent. So when you put a lot of water on it, no oxygen can get to it. Also, what you can do is kick dirt on it. Boom, removes oxygen. You stomp on it, same process. There's many different ways. So what you can do in this situation is just kick dirt on it if you don't have water, or create a nice line around it. And that right there is going to remove the burning material, or anything that could burn. There you go. Anyways, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm not a firefighter anymore. I'm tired of. Just kidding. It's fun, but this isn't a fire lesson. We're here doing motorcycle safety. Let's move on to this one, Lexman. All right, so we're riding. We got sun at our back. It's a sharp right turn, crest of a hill. You can't tell. It's blind. Oh, rear tire. Ooh-wee. Ooh. That'd be funny if everyone's just standing over that fire and just like, I'm going to piss on it. But then you're always going to have that one person that is going to be standing over the fire like this, and it's like crossing streams, playing around. It's usually a rookie pissing on everybody in the bathrooms. Can't trust them. Anyways, so you could just kick dirt on it. But it was cool that they stopped it. All right, here we go. So we're going to be riding over here, and this looks like a beautiful road. Now, the problem with a lot of these roads is that, look at, there's no shoulder. So your escape paths are limited. So remember, we're doing risk assessment here. So that means we have terrible escape paths. We shouldn't be going super duper fast. This is an oncoming traffic lane. So if we go over into this lane, good chance of getting hit with a head on. So here we go. So we're going to be going. We're having a ton of fun. This is an amazing space cushion, by the way. Great space cushion for line of sight. And we're evenly spaced. We're not evenly. We're good spacing. We're not staggered. Staggered in curves is kind of dangerous. So when you go into the curves, go into like a spacing like this. If you're in town, do some staggered. So this is good right here. Now what we have is a 25 mile an hour recommended sharp right turn. Okay, so this is going to let you know, hey, something's coming up. Now you don't need a sign to tell you what is going to be coming up. You can actually see the road. You start doing some road strategy. So we're coming into here, and you notice how the road disappeared. Okay, so it's going like this, and it goes like this, it's going like this, and then it kind of connects. That right there means it's a blind turn. It also means that, especially with this, there's a hill, so it's a crest of a hill. You can't see around it. If you can't see around it, you're in danger. You need to be able to see where you're going in order to make good choices. So since you can't see what you're doing when you go around this corner, of course, when you get closer and closer and closer, you can see, right? But the problem is you don't want to get closer and closer and closer and be at a high rate of speed and then find out. You want to find out when you're at a much more manageable speed. I always use the analogy and metaphor and whatever is you're going through a haunted house. You're not running around corners. You're getting close to the corner, and then you kind of peek. You're getting close to the corner, and you kind of peek. You don't run around it because it can get you. Also, you play Call of Duty and everything. You don't just run around corners. You do some slide canceling. But anyways, we're moving into here. Let's go ahead and talk about this. And we're going to go up to this. So we can't tell what's happening. Well, how sharp is the turn? You don't know. Might be approaching it way too fast. You should be doing slowly press and roll. And right here, we're trying our best to slow down, but the problem is, in a panic, typically for car drivers moving into the motorcycle world, is they put a lot of that rear foot, or rear foot, the rear brake with the right foot. Geez, I'm all over the place here. So what they're doing is applying too much rear brake, which is their right foot, and that's going to cause a lockup of that rear tire, okay? So you might have ABS, it might kick in, it might not,
But the thing is, we're doing that. Now, sport bikes, most of the braking power is on the front tire, so you should be doing progressive brake pressure prior to the turn. Okay, slow look, press, and roll. Now, in this situation, what can you do? Well, hopefully you've been practicing and doing some advanced training with trail braking, because you could have been doing some trail braking into the turn, and it would have allowed more of this, but you're having issues already. So what can you do? You're going to have to do what this guy did. There's not much you can do. Thankfully, no cars were coming, so you didn't get hit. Try to keep it as straight as possible, so he was going back and forth, back and forth. So what he did is release the brakes, reapplied, released, reapplied, released, reapplied. You need to start using that front brake a little bit more with the handlebars straight.
Damn, bro.
Thankfully, he stayed on the road. Thankfully. It's getting a little late. All right. I need to stop drinking this. It's getting late. I don't need this anymore. All right, so we're riding through. Oh, I did a quick look on this because on Patreon you get the syllabus, so I did a quick look on this, and this is just going to be for funsies. This is going to be very dangerous. It's not something I want to be a part of. I would be off to the side just like Grom Squatch because of this kind of stuff. Everyone, move off. This guy's crazy. Move off. Move off. He's doing some drifts. Look how close he's going to get to some of these riders. Right there. Thankfully, he stopped. Hey, you guys do you. It's a different culture. Here's the thing. All I care about is if you get hurt or not. If you get hurt and I'm in this ride, I will take care of you. I just wouldn't be a part of the ride, though. So that's one of the big problems I'm having is that since I'm not a part of the ride and a lot of the smart riders that we have on the crew won't be a part of this ride, I really want some stunt riders to get some medical training just in case this happens. Having a trauma kit just in case somebody crashes. You can be a smart rider and still be a part of different cultures, but try your best to get that trauma training because that's the big killer. That's the big killer. Doing all this, having fun is one thing, but crashing because of stuff like this, there's just more risk. So I really, 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 really want the stunt culture to get some trauma training, to get some medical training, to just in case something like this happens. I wouldn't be able to keep up in a mob ride. I really wouldn't. Like, you guys run through stop signs, you do all these different things. I wouldn't be able to keep up with you guys. I was thinking, how can I be a part of this to help out just in case somebody crashes? And it's like, well, if somebody crashes, I'm not going to know where they're going. There's no pre-ride meeting, at least that I see. I won't be able to keep up with people running through stop signs because I'm not going to run through stop signs. So if somebody crashes, I might be in a completely different area than you guys. So I won't be able to provide any assistance. But if this person right here had a backpack or had a side bag or whatever it is you can do, I don't know too much about the stunt culture, but even just like a fanny pack. Just a fanny pack with some trauma stuff like 4x4s, 5x9s, tourniquets, anything, and has the training. If somebody got hit, he would be able to do something. So that to me is what I want. Okay, at the end of the day, I'm starting to learn a little bit more and more and more. And it's not I can't tell these people not to do this. They're going to do it either way. What I want, my overall purpose here is that somebody, if they do get injured, how can they get help? And that's all I care about. So I want this person or that person or whoever to be able to have that medical and trauma training. That's all I care about. That's it. That is it. So you guys keep doing what you want to do. I already know I'm not going to do it, but I want the safety part. All right, we're moving off in here.
This rather unusual situation with understanding and without unnecessary aggression.
Oh, we've already talked about this one. Okay, so just don't get too close because now they have to back up into traffic. Lucas, woo! Crashed my FCO7 an hour ago. Whoa! Practicing slow speed turns, a noob mistake. Whiskey Throttle, love your videos. Oh, hopefully you're doing fine. Hopefully the bike is fine. Hopefully it was not a big issue. Let's go ahead and pause, or not pause this, but mute that because I don't care. Let's go ahead and do this real quick because I hope everything's fine. Hopefully it's just going to be a simple little thing that you can fix or a simple little thing that doesn't need fixing. So I appreciate it. Guys, we have 338 likes in here. That's absolutely insane. Woo! Click that like button to sign into class. Let me know if you're doing all right, man. Let me know if you're doing all right, Lucas. You doing good? You want to go ahead and grab two. Yeah, 2 cornbread muffins. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. It's good. It's good stuff. Just don't get crumbs everywhere. All right, so we're going to get up to here already. We're in a blind spot. Kind of scary. All right, we're doing good now. Good space cushion. Oh, move over. Just swerve left or accelerate. Thankfully, that person heard you, Brian. Oh, I think this is going to be a... Okay, we're going to go ahead and do a fast action. 362 likes. Woo! There we go. So we're going to be riding over here. We got somebody that doesn't want to go turn right. So they're going to go ahead and turn left into us. So we can accelerate through, decelerate, or move lanes, adapting to that hazard. All right, we're going to move on to this one. Couldn't move left because of that white car. But anyways, we're going through a parking lot. That person's already going.
What are you doing, man?
You did good, Brian. You did good. You applied the brakes. All trying to figure out what's happening. Go ahead and yell in your helmet. That's perfectly fine. Don't punch mirrors. You're doing good so far.
Driver who is probably looking for his way, driving in the wrong direction.
And that's fine. That's the uncommon thing in a common situation. Switch into the next lane. Move over. Let's go back just a little bit because Moto Stars was talking way too much. Be quiet, Moto Stars.
Completely comprehensible.
So right here we have somebody that accidentally turned in the wrong business. They, instead of getting back over here, they're like, well, it's just the next door. I'm going to stay in this lane. So as soon as you see the front of a vehicle in the same lane that you're traveling towards, just go ahead and adapt to that situation and be off into this lane. Just go ahead and be off in that lane. Maybe slow it down just a little bit, Lucas. Hopefully you're doing great. You are doing great. Just got to keep practicing. Cheers from Vancouver. Thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate it. So right here, move off into this lane. Adapt to this hazard. Not a big deal at this point. There's enough road to where nobody really has to adapt. He's going to turn into, I don't know how to say that. But anyways, we're moving on into a green light. We're turning left, and we ran out of space and ran out of room. There you go. Move off into a better position for safety. Did good with that. You're going to turn right anyways. Non-issue. Non-issue. So what I would have had a concern about this one is if we saw this and we were going to be like those typical motorcycle Karens or cops, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. What name should we come up with for those that, you know, stand in the middle of stuff and cause a problem? I don't like motorcycle Karens, and they're definitely not cops. So what do you guys think? Write in the chat. Write in the comments. Big problem is a lot of people stand right here, and they're in the middle of the intersection, in the middle of traffic. So that's very dangerous. So what I like about what Brian Ford did here is instead of stopping right here and saying, what's up, he's going to go around and get himself in a position for safety. And now we're going to turn right instead of just causing a scene. So he's actually doing pretty good so far. All right, green light. We're going to turn left, stay in our lane. Very good. Is anybody going to go into our lane like this person? Probably. That's a typical situation that happens. Yeah, exactly. Not his first time, so recognizing that stuff. Always right, Rick. All right, so we're moving over here. So this is what you typically see. Look, they're already crossing this. If you recognize, hey, this person's kind of being a terrible driver, just stay away from them. Give yourself this staggered look. You see how we're staggered right here? So this car's up here. This car's staggered. Now we're going to be over here. Once we kind of settle into our lanes, then you go ahead and make adjustments. Now, the problem with this is a lot of people don't settle their lanes and they start to go into ours. Now, what can we do right here? Now, we have to accelerate super fast to get out of here, but then we're going to probably get close to this vehicle. Not a good situation. So what we can do is progressively brake, allow them in, end of story. But he's going to honk the horn. That's going to actually grab their attention. That's great. I'm glad it did. Just because it did this time doesn't mean it won't. Doesn't mean it will next time. There you go. All right, so now we're on a different person. So, oh, headlights in our lane. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, so we're riding on here. Is that AC/DC? Yeah. Good choice. Good choice. Now, the problem is he's probably not using a rock form mount, using the link in the description for 25% off, and he's not utilizing it for GPS. Anyways, here we go. We're moving. As soon as you see headlights in your lane, like right in front of you, that's that uncommon thing in a common situation. So what you're going to want to do is move off into a better position for safety, plan your ride. So you're going to want to have a position that has the best space cushion, line of sight, and escape routes. So moving off to the left side is going to give you the best space cushion from anybody over on this side right here. So if we're over here, we're further away from them, and then also we can escape to the shoulder if we absolutely had to. That's when you see that uncommon thing in a common situation. So you see how he's applying the brakes? Now that might have helped. It was a decent red stage maneuver because it bought the other person time to get back in their lane. But the biggest thing here, just like in a swerve, is you're actually removing yourself from the situation. So moving over is even better than applying the brakes right now, okay? So, but either way, I'm glad he's doing well, and this is a close call, though. I don't want to have close calls. All right, lane filtering at a high rate of speed, so lane splitting. Oh, good adaptation. Great adaptation. Now, we shouldn't be going that fast so we don't have that pucker factor. So that adaptation kind of moving over. Thankfully, he didn't swerve super far to the right and hit somebody. But you see how, right here, you see how you don't have good space cushions? So you can't swerve too far to the right because you're going to hit the car. So if something comes out to here, you only have like that much to play with. And that's one of the big dangers when it comes to motorcycles and lane filtering. So I don't know why the car door's open. It's pretty stupid. Don't know why they did that. Especially when they're putting their foot down. Oh, see, a little litter bug. I thought that was a foot. Little litter bug. Don't be a litter bug, okay? Could almost kill somebody. Didn't realize it. What an idiot. But thankfully, this rider did pretty good. Didn't panic brake. Got himself out of that situation. Swerved just a little bit. Did a great red stage maneuver. Here's the thing. I don't know how to say your name right here, but 1080, what I would be doing is just lowering that speed a little bit so your reaction time didn't have to be so crazy fast. You know what I mean? All right. Yeah, check your pantalones. All right, we're moving over here. Lights. Careful, careful, careful. Non-issue. All right, so at night, one of the big issues is that you have low visibility. So when you have lights kind of in your face, that means they're in your lane or very close. But then as soon as you see the light kind of go away, sing, you know, welcome to the crew. As soon as you see the lights do this, that's the side of the vehicle at that point. So intersections, nighttime riding, be in orange stage, be always ready for something like this. Big fat dum-dums doing some dumb things. And take a quick look. If your headlight is doing that, you can't see much. Now, it's probably the GoPro with the small focal lens and everything, you know, shutter speeds and, you know, frame rates and everything, so you can't do too much. But if your headlight is doing that and you're going super fast, you're probably outrunning your headlight. You got to plan your ride. Exactly, Joe Bag of Donuts. Did good, though. Did good. Oh. Well, you know, you're welcome, Moto Stars. Thank you for having this video up for us. If you are a part of the Patreon, though, you knew that this video was going to be up here. So make sure you click that button in the chat or click the link in the description to support the channel. You get the syllabus early, you get my first ebook for free, and you get entered into the gear giveaway. Pretty coll. Pretty cool. I say so for myself, some things. All right, grab yourself some food. Meet me into... Where should we go? Should we go into the office? Let's go into my office. Everyone come meet me. Woo-wee. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Welcome to my office. Welcome to my office. Before you leave, we do have a class tomorrow, okay? We do have a class tomorrow. And tomorrow's class, I'll get you the link. I'll get you the link. Here's tomorrow's class. So make sure you hit that reminder. Tomorrow's class. Make sure you hit that reminder. So I'm going to go ahead and put, let's go ahead and make that, replace the pin chair. Pin chair. You see, I get dyslexic here. Go ahead and sit over in the chair over there. You can't sit in my chair.
So make sure you guys swing. If you're going to leave right now, swing on by that second class tomorrow and hit that reminder button. But what I like to do at the end of class is relax. I like to relax at the end of class and just kind of hang out with the crew before we head off to the Discord, which is absolutely free, by the way. Discord is absolutely free. Absolutely free. If you want to get access to the Discord, here's your invite. It's in the chat right now. It's in the chat right now. And I realize my office is a little weird. Let's do that. Boom, look at that. The desk is a little funky. Just bear with me here. I'm seeing double. I'm seeing double. We're getting a new desk real soon. Don't worry about it, by the way. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. We're getting a whole new office. We're working on it. Working on it. Speed limit, you can have the chair. Fire hazard? You talking about this thing? My motorcycle? Probably. You pulled the trigger on the 2021 HD Limited. Ooh-wee! You're going to have some fun. Get a desk less pixelated. Man, you guys are rough. You guys are rough. Did I do any interviews during the Indian event, Sean? No. I did talk to the senior engineer for quite a bit, and I got pretty. I had a few IPAs. I'll tell you that. It was really cool. I talked to a lot of people. I just didn't put it on camera. Tips, tricks when you encounter a cattle guard or metal water drainage grate. Hey, Jake, you're in the area. Go over it as straight as possible. So, you know, the cattle guards are slotted. So go over it obviously as straight as possible. And just realize that it is very smooth metal. So don't give it a ton of throttle and don't give it a ton of braking. Just give it some maintenance throttle. Maybe even slow it down just a little bit. But slow down before the metal and don't speed up until after the metal. Cattle guards are very narrow, so you're going to be able to go over it quickly. You can coast over it. It's not going to be a big deal. When it comes to like really... I had a metal bridge up in Phoenix that I went over, and that was a little interesting. I had the same thing. Is Chase on Two Wheels doing his video thing? Live on Two Wheels. Interesting. I'll go ahead and put that back. Let's go back to my office. That's pretty cool. He's doing his thing. I wonder if we should go to his live stream after this. I wonder. What do you guys think? Should we raid his stuff? Just started writing. Your videos are helping a ton. Why, Stein? Woo! Yeah, me and Block talked to quite a bit. Blockhead's cool. I finally got to meet him in person. It was really cool. Same thing with Doodle. Kyle, you say I'm a great instructor. Thank you so much. The main thing is I'm having a ton of fun just doing this, and I think that's the biggest thing. Stein, thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate it. Does YouTube have a raid type option like Twitch? No, Sean, it doesn't. It's kind of weird. I don't know why it doesn't. Just don't know why. Yeah, lift your butt up as well, going over these things just in case it's a little bumpy. Going to buy Rebel 500's first bike soon. Your videos would be helpful. Hey, the Rebel 500 is an amazing bike. I did a few parking lot exercises with it and videos with it. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. Rebel 500 is great. Chris, you just passed your BRC test with Team Arizona. Woo! Everyone give Chris a biker wave in the Chitty Chat chat. Just play it on your stream so we can still comment here. I want him to get the views. But once it starts, like it's about to start. It's in 3 minutes. It's in 3 minutes. Oh, my Bluetooth disconnected and came back on. Interesting. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's go back. Yeah, I got a link. Well, I don't want you guys leaving my chat. Oh, it streamed live 2 hours ago. It was 2 hours ago. Oh, man. All right, never mind then. It was 2 hours ago. I was like, why can't I chat? It's a live chat replay. Womp womp. All right, so now that we're back here, let's go to my dorm room. We're losing a lot of people. We got 200 people. If you're going to leave, make sure you sign in real quick. But let's go to the dorm room. It's a little more fun in there. I can finally relax. Finally relax. Now that we're here, now that we're here in my dorm room, what kind of questions you guys got? What kind of questions you guys got? Why don't I ride sport bikes? I just don't have one. And to be quite honest, I prefer cruisers, dual sports, my FTR over sport bikes. Sport bikes just don't, they're just not comfy to me. I don't see, there's like no luggage. Like there's, for what I want to do, it's very difficult to get what I want out of a sport bike. Does not mean they're bad. Does not mean they're bad. I just prefer to kind of relax and not do that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ooh, there we go. Let's do that. I've convinced a couple coworkers that started riding to watch your vids, and now they're very aware of the complexity and the fun where there is riding. Spreading the good word, ride safe, DoorDasher rider. Woo! Thank you so much for sharing. That's a huge thing, guys, by the way, is to share these videos. Really helps out the channel. Also, you probably already know this DoorDash rider is that, you can apply the S.M.A.R.T rider principles, situation awareness, fundamental skills, just those two to driving. Obviously acquire and utilize PPE, so utilizing the seatbelt, getting airbags, being a safe driver, that's all things that you could totally do. But thanks, man. I appreciate it to share. Too short for, hey. What are you talking about? Are you planning to trade in your FTR for a newer model? I would love to, Sandoval. I would love to. I don't ride enough. I'm just gonna see if Indian can let me borrow one for the rest of my life. Any suggestions for where I can get my first bike? Rebel Vulcan seems hard to find a good dealer. Where are you at, Chris? If you guys all have issues with these kind of things, or you have any questions, we do have a huge Discord server, and you might be able to find people local to you, and they might be able to help you out. The goal is to get a big enough server to where everyone can ask a question, and then there's always going to be something there. So we do have a new riders question area. How to get one? Sometimes you can order one or get one at a dealer way far away, and then sometimes they can even ship it to you. Shipping is not that crazy expensive, to be quite honest, so you might be able to get it shipped to you also, depending on how good of a deal you can get. It might be cost effective for that. Can I take the medical training e-course if I'm from the UK, Kevin? Great. I believe so. We do have a link in the description. At some point, I'm going to have my own, though. So that's going to be open to everybody. You just have to remember that the human body is the human body. So a lot of this medical and trauma training will apply for anything. It's just how you're going to be able to get that training. And some courses and some legalities and some governments, they don't want this, they don't want that. So the main thing is really just trying to stop somebody from bleeding out. Okay, if they're bleeding out of their body, put pressure on it. And I mean it. Like, you're putting pressure on it. Like, if you ever felt like you hurt your arm, like somebody punched you and you're like, you're holding it really hard. You're like, ow, 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 ow. Or you're rubbing something and like it feels better the more pressure you put on it. Just realize when somebody's like, say, bleeding out of their leg, you put that pressure like you would if it would hurt you, but don't rub it. Just kind of hold it there, and you hold it there for 5 to 10 minutes. So if you have to, put your weight into it, use a knee, do whatever you can, put some cotton or put like a cut up t-shirt or whatever you can, just stop that bleeding. And don't take off the bandage. If it bleeds through the bandage, put another one on top of that. And if it bleeds through that, put another one on top of that. And if it bleeds through that, you need to start thinking about a tourniquet or applying some pressure to the artery. Now we're getting too far into it. The main thing is put pressure. My ending is pretty sporty for a cruiser. I love it. Man, I get congested so easily. I find slow speed practice very easy, Roland. Years of dirt bike riding. Is there some other training I could do for higher speeds? Yes. I would recommend taking a track day class. Yamaha Champion Riding School has a Champ Street. So it's going to be mainly street focused. I believe it's 8 hours. You bring your own bike. You wear street gear, but you're on a track. So you're going to learn a lot of trail braking. You're going to learn a lot more high speed stuff. I would recommend doing that. Total Control is a good class. I would look into an advanced riding clinic for MSF. Those are more higher speeds, but you probably can't do any better than a track day. Do you roll with a top box to store your helmet when you're out and about? Do you just carry it when you're off the bike, or do you secure it some other way? So, Jacob, I don't have a top box on my bike, so I just either wear it or I carry it. I don't want to leave that on the bike because, I mean, the helmet itself is like, it's a Shoei Hornet X2, so it's over $600, I believe. I got a GoPro on it, so that's over $300 something. And then I have my Cardo Pack Talk Bold, and that's like $200 plus. So we're talking over $1,000 that could be stolen. So I'm going to hold on to that. When I drove for a Redaway, and that's another thing is I believe some insurance companies. There we go. We're back. I believe some insurance companies insure up to like $1,000, $2,000 for accessories if they get stolen. So you might want to check. You might want to check that first before you take my advice on that. Slick Hick, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Should I get another sporty bike or try a cruiser adventure? What's up, Hedge? How you doing, man? I would get an adventure. I think in the area that we're at, you get another adventure. You notice I put photographer your name in the FTR review because of those pictures you took. If not, I did. I think lane splitting should be legal everywhere in the U.S. because it will make drivers more aware of bike. Exactly. If it's legal, that means it's going to be trained with car drivers. It's just going to take a while. I do agree 100% with what you had to say. Can you get that luggage rack top box for your 20? Yes, Sean, I can. The top box is new, so I have them. They're gonna notify me when it's back in stock because that's the one I want to get. I have a saddlebag that I created myself for my Sportster, so I'm using that currently. I don't know if I'm gonna use a tank bag because I use a backpack most of the time, but that top box is amazing. That way I can put my trauma kit in the top box, or I can use the saddlebag as my trauma kit and all my stuff, and then the top box for other things. No, Nicky, he took the ones in out here in Tucson. Sadly, we have no tracks anywhere near my location. See if you can get an MSF advanced class or a Total Control advanced class, or any advanced class for motorcycle training. Take it max 65. So Slick Hick, try a Kawasaki Vulcan S. Try that, or a Honda Shadow, or the Indian Scout. Try those. Whoa, Terrell Redfoot, baby. Welcome to the gear giveaway. I think you've been a part of it for a while. You're probably readjusting things. Whew. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So what he did is he just joined with that link right there in the Chitty Chat. Have I ever tried the GoPro on top of the head? Yeah, it just didn't look right, and it felt weird. Is it a bad idea to use saddlebags / phone mounts for newbies? So saddlebags, there's not much you can really screw up on. I mean, it's just storage. Phone mounts, it's just like with motorcycle, anything. You have to put your attention where it's needed, and if you're just watching your phone while it's on your handlebars, you're doing the wrong thing. I use the phone case and the phone mount for GPS. So who here plays video games, right? So you have a mini map on the bottom left, bottom right, top right, whatever. You have a mini map. When you're doing racing games, you have a mini map, and it tells you where you're going. I treat it like that. So I have the GPS on my phone, and it's like a mini map because I tell it where I want it to go. Like if I want to go to the store, just plug it in. I already know how to get to the store. Plug it in. Gives me more input, more information because it's connected to my Cardo. So it tells me, hey, turning left, turning right, stay on this for 2 miles. It just gives me that information. That's what I use it for. I don't use it for anything else. And then a lot of people use it for music. I use it for music, but I don't mess around with it. I don't mess around. I have a playlist that I already know I like. I put it on shuffle. It has the same songs I've listened to for like a year straight. So it's background noise to me. Is there an equivalent to MSF Advanced, MSF in France? I don't know. We do have some French people in the Discord. We do have some Germans. I don't know how if you guys all like each other, but we have quite a bit. We have UK people. We have a lot of people. Almost 6,000 like active users. We keep getting above. I think we got to like 7,000. We did a good purge. Got rid of all the people that weren't even part of it anymore. And now we're back up to 6,000 people actually using it. Jacob French, does Rockform mount have vibration dampening? I've read about bike vibes killing cameras in newer phones. So that is an issue with optical lenses. So a lot of phones are digital zooming and everything. So it's a digital zoom. So the optical zoom and the optical lenses in cameras can get screwed up. It does not have vibration dampening, but I've been using Rockform for years, and I haven't had an issue. Doesn't mean it can't be an issue. But that's with any phone mount. Any phone mount. I know Quadlock has their own vibration dampening thing, but any phone mount, anything you put on the bike can possibly do that. Even RAM mounts and all those things. If you're super concerned about that, I would keep it in a pocket or backpack, and still utilize the GPS and have it feed in through the audio. But yeah, they don't have anything, I believe, in terms of that. But I've never had an issue. But that does not mean you wouldn't have an issue. You know what I mean? Yeah, make sure you sign in. Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with Apple. But I don't know. I don't design it. I don't create it. I use it. I have it right here. I have like this little thingy thing. The magnet's really cool. Sorry, I just snorted. Android Auto. That's insane. That's cool. But yeah, guys, I gotta get back to work. So here's the thing: if you want to become a patron and be a part of the gear giveaway, please do so. But I'm gonna get going. Hope you guys had a great time. I'm gonna be here tomorrow again, 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, for another class. All right, so I gotta prep for that. With that said, join the Discord. It is absolutely free. Discord is free. Oh, it keeps getting rid of my favorites. I don't like that. I'll be seeing you guys around music.